Welcome back to today's video. So with Bloxburg's future looking brighter and brighter with all of these fun updates that we are getting, with the athletic skill update and the gym being revamped, anything can be possible these days. Like, I don't know what the next update could be like. Maybe it's more of like a summer themed update, but honestly, I don't even know what could come in a summer update. I mean, I have a few ideas, still pretty unpredictable unless you are one of those people that like to be a little nosy and go through their inventories. I don't know. But yeah, I thought I'd make a future Bloxburg updates video again of something we could potentially get in the summer or maybe even later than that. So I have quite a few things to mention. Okay, so this will be exciting. So number one, transportation system for those who don't own vehicles. That's what I put down. Our phones, they are pretty useful for inviting over individual people that you know and want to bring over. You can also order some food here like pizza or hamburgers only, or you could just full on throw a party and make everyone a guest or something. But to add like another type of service to these phones, maybe we could have like a taxi or like a bus that could come to our house and pick us up and take us where we want to go. Like maybe we could have the options of going to a pizza place, the nightclub, furniture store. It could have the city hall as one of them, the gym, the grocery. There'll be like a little pop-up that could ask you where you would like to go, and it'll charge you a fee depending on maybe potentially how far each place is. So if something was closer, maybe it'd be a bit cheaper. I don't know how exactly the fees would work, but it would charge you a little bit just to take you over there. But I'd imagine it wouldn't charge you that much because our town is pretty small. So $50 or something, I don't know. Cars are expensive in this game. If you don't have any like Bloxburg cash or like Robux to buy cash or Bloxbucks, whatever, I feel like the new players would have a difficult time getting around places, even though we have a sprint button now. Actually, though, we have a sprint button, which is great. Having like a public transportation would be really cool. Adds a new service for the phone, makes the phone a little bit more interesting, more useful, rather than just for parties and two types of food deliveries. We need more food delivery options. I just thought that'd be pretty interesting, and I'm sure many people could agree, like maybe a public transportation type of thing. Maybe they could even just add bus stops around the plots, and then you could like go to whichever one you want and call a bus or something. Once again, I don't know how they would code the bus driver, the bus driver bot to like take you places, but I don't know how difficult that would be to code. But that's my number one concern, is coding that, and maybe optimization, like performance stuff. So we'll see if that ever happens. Number two on my list is we've all talked about this before, but maybe some new vehicles could be coming for the summer update. We could definitely have one. Like, it's possible, but I'm not sure if I can see it happening. But many people would like new types of vehicles like trucks, or like even our own buses that maybe we can roleplay as a bus driver in. Maybe the bus could have like 8 passenger slots or something. If they want to go crazy with a Bloxbucks, like a Bloxbucks bus, maybe make it like a 12-person one. That's a bit more expensive. I could imagine vehicles being performance heavy because it takes a lot of parts to put together to make the vehicle. So maybe that's why we don't see any types of cars quite yet. We would love trucks, we would love buses. I don't want to say like a tiny car as in like this tiny car, but maybe those like 2-seater very tiny toy looking cars. The highly requested ones are trucks / buses. And number 3, food is always going to be something that's welcomed to any update. Like, I'm sure most people will not complain at all about new foods because just more food to make, more food to store, and more food to share with everybody. Yeah, you can never go wrong with adding new types of food in the game, and I think we are still missing quite a few types of foods in this. Did not mean to ring the doorbell. Especially like cultural foods. I definitely have to research into like how each cultural food is prepared and all of that. I think that's definitely important. Then again, it's Bloxburg. Nothing is really realistic, like too realistic in this game when you prepare things, because when you prepare certain foods, it just kind of looks smoky anyway. But maybe just kind of get a general idea of how certain cultural foods are made and then just animate it as close as possible, even though it may not be realistic. But it'd be nice. I still am waiting for rice. I'm still waiting for like ramen noodles. It could be microwavable ramen noodles. Or you could have one of those packaged ramen you can cook over the stovetop here, because that's what I do. Maybe they could also add in like a snow cone machine. I feel like that's a very summery thing that could be potentially added. You can get like a few flavors out of it. And then even for the holidays, there could be special holiday themed snow cones, like peppermint flavored snow cone. What else is it? Halloween, maybe like a candy flavored snow cone. How would that be? I don't know. Okay, so number 4, this is a fun one. So in the last update, we got ourselves a revamp of the gym, and we got an athletic skill overhaul update type of thing. People are guessing maybe in this next update we could have another type of revamp for maybe a building or another skill. I feel like for the summer update it would be pretty fitting to have like a neighborhood type of revamp, because as you can see our neighborhoods are very, you know, they're just trees. Understandably, it's, you know, it's good for the performance side of things, I guess, to just have it like this. I would love to see for the summer update they have like a neighborhood. They revamp the neighborhoods. They add more playgrounds around the town, maybe some picnic tables here and there, so you can, you know, visit and, you know, can go out with your family, your roleplay family or friends. You can go out, have a nice little meal out here at the park. Like, I feel like this would be a great place, you know, to have a park. Maybe just even sprinkle in some other things around, you know, over here as well. Honestly, I feel like a public swimming pool could be a really cool thing to have as well. It could be a really simple building with a swimming pool inside of it. Maybe they could have the swimming pool right next to this nightclub. I don't know. Even at the beach as well. I feel like they could put something near the beach. Some sort of landmarks, you know, some more landmarks could be added to the neighborhoods. That's my opinion. I feel like people would probably guess maybe another type of building get revamped, but I feel like a neighborhood revamp could be also really, it would make sense. I feel like it would make sense, especially with the summer update with people going outside and such. If it's not going to be a neighborhood revamp, I would personally love to see the grocery store get updated, or the nightclub, because that nightclub, if you go inside of it, it's just really hard to see things in there. It's just complete darkness. You know, I feel like, yeah, nightclubs are usually kind of darker. Oh my gosh, that's loud. It's just overall really tough to just move around and look. I wouldn't mind at all if they had a nightclub revamp. But yeah, it's just these two buildings. I feel like those could be the next one. I wouldn't mind Fancy Furniture getting a revamp too, because this place is super outdated. Would love to see maybe like, if possible, maybe a 2-story version of it. You could maybe have like a little IKEA, you know, this is Bloxburg's version of IKEA pretty much. So especially, you know, it's owned by Coffee Stain, and Coffee Stain's Swedish, so perfect. See, plot twist right there. Fancy Furniture. Oh, what if like Fancy Furniture could have its own exclusive like sales there, you know? You can't really buy the furniture in build mode yourself, but they'd make you go to the Fancy Furniture revamped store for the exclusive furniture items that you normally can't get in build mode. Like, I feel like that would be a great way to make Fancy Furniture useful. Exclusive furniture here. Potentially maybe like a rotation system. I don't know if that's too much work. Maybe like weekly or every couple weeks they could have like a featured sort of furniture set. Oh, that would be so cool. And it'd be like, have a little timer on it. Does that feel like too corporate or something? So every 2 weeks or so, maybe like once a month, it could rotate out of the store and they'd have like a brand new set to add. I think that'd be nice. I think that'd be cool. All right, so my next thing are decorative items. I don't have too many decorative items to suggest. You know how in the gym there are like hints of like shoes there, and we don't have shoes. We have slippers, but we don't have like flat out shoes. We don't even have like a shoe rack yet. We could definitely make our own. Like, honestly, I understand the argument of making your own shoe rack and putting your own little fake shoes and slippers in there. I feel like it's been a long overdue since we have like a shoe rack in the game. Maybe in that shoe rack you could have high heels, you could have regular tennis shoes, you could have like Converse or something, Vans. You could have flip-flops, you could have boots, maybe like rain boots and such. Like, they should have like an empty version and then a version with pre-filled shoes. That way you don't have to decorate yourself if you're lazy. But they should also add individual types of shoes that you can, you know, decorate yourself. There's an idea right there. Shoe rack, empty shoe rack, individual shoes. Okay, another furniture item they could add is they should add tablets and iPads in this game too, okay? It's an alternative to the phone. With the iPad, you can carry it around like, you know, a normal person could. Play video games on it. You know how like there's Kindles and stuff, right? You could read books on there, digital books, write things on there too. So you could get writing skill, you could get intelligence skill from that. And you could also play games or like watch shows on it. And you could order delivery from there too, because yeah, it's an iPad. You can connect to the internet and order things. This is something I truly, really want in the game. I love the idea of having like an iPad that you can just carry around. And it's like very useful. It would be super useful to just have. And it's super modern. We don't have that type of thing yet in this game. We just have computers and like pretty much old style phones, like landline. Is that what they call it? Landline? We need to get with the times here in Bloxburg. We need iPads. We need, you know, iPhones too. Maybe they could have an iPhone that does that. Imagine this is an iPad, you know? Look at my little iPad. It's a postcard. 6. Okay, maybe number 6. I'm not sure. Number 6, in decorations, we have this open paper bag. We have picnic basket. I would love for them to add in, maybe make this bag interactive. We can put items inside of this and you could carry that around as if it were like a tray, you know? We have trays we can carry a bunch of food in, but I would love to have bags that we can put items into and carry that around, you know, bring it over to our friend's house or family, whatever. We do have a picnic basket, but it's stationary. It's just gonna stay in one spot. And I love how they added a feature where we can open and close it. We need a portable one. All right, and the last thing on my list is this is a big one. This is a pretty big stretch as well. I would love to see like a business/commercial furniture updates. So for those who love building commercial buildings like cafes, grocery stores, higher malls and stuff, I would love for them to add in furniture that could definitely help out those types of builds, like display stands, different versions of display, advertisement like signs that they could add in. If I find some, I'll probably put it on the screen, but you know, why not make your own display stand? It's not that difficult, Peetah, but I'm kind of lazy in that department. Magazine stands, they could have book stand, magazine stand. There's all sorts of kinds. I'll put a bunch of them on the screen right now, potentially, of what I would love to see. Just overall business commercial update would be nice. But yeah, that will wrap up today's future Bloxburg updates video for the summer, or it could be even later than summer, to be honest. Like, developing a game is a lot of work. It's definitely possible. I can definitely see it. But yeah, let me know in the comments of what you guys would like to see. What are you expecting in the summer update? What kind of building would you think would get revamped in the summer updates, if they're ever going to revamp another building or a skill? I would love to read them, and I'm sure the developers are watching and they're taking notes, because we got community managers now. They're definitely suggesting these things to the team and hoping maybe one of these things is possible. But if you guys did enjoy this episode, make sure to give it a big old thumbs up and make sure to subscribe button too, because it's completely free, and I will see you guys in the next video. A lot of stuff. I think I had quite a few things for today's video.